gliff.ai is a secure, easy-to-use software platform comprising tools that make developing an imaging AI as simple as possible. gliff.ai is designed for teams who are developing AI solutions for healthcare, biomedicine, and pharmaceuticals, but it's also available to anyone in any industry. In this video, I will show you how to set up your account, create a project and upload data, add users and assign images, curate your dataset, annotate and label your images, and access the audit trail for your dataset development. The four main tools which will be shown in this video are called Manage, Curate, Annotate, and Audit. If you wish to skip to a specific section of this tutorial video, the timestamps are available in the video description. At any time, you can access gliff.ai's full guidance by clicking on the document icon in the top right corner of the platform's interface. You can sign up for gliff.ai by either starting the 30-day free trial of a small team account, contacting us to discuss a growing team or enterprise account, or by clicking the link sent in an invitation email if you've been invited by another user. Regardless of which way you initially sign up for a gliff.ai account, you will be taken to a login screen which will ask you to provide your email address, create a password, and agree to our terms and conditions. During your sign-up process, you'll be given an account recovery key. Please save the account recovery key in a secure, memorable location, as this is the only time you will be given the key. gliff.ai does not store users' recovery keys. This is to ensure the security of our cutting-edge, end-to-end encrypted platform by only ever giving access rights to the relevant user. After you've completed these steps, you will be sent a verification email. And once you've verified your email address, you can then log into your gliff.ai account. To sign into your gliff.ai account at any time, visit the URL address gliff.app. When you first log in to gliff.ai's platform, you will see the Manage interface, which looks like this. You can always return to Manage by clicking on the Manage icon at the top of the screen. In Manage, click the Projects button on the left-hand side. To create a new project, click Create New Project. A pop-up will appear where you can then name the project and assign team members if they've already been invited to use the platform. Next, you can open your new project in Curate by clicking the Open in Curate button. This is what the Curate interface looks like, and this is where you can manage your project's dataset. To upload your images, click the Upload Image button in the bottom left corner. This will open the standard file navigation pop-up on your computer. Navigate to the data that you wish to upload and select all those images. Click the Open button to begin uploading them. Whilst the images are being uploaded to your gliff.ai account, you will see the progress bar at the bottom of the screen. You may notice that the time involved in uploading images is slightly longer than for other applications. This is because the gliff.ai platform is end-to-end encrypting your data at the same time. If you want to know what end-to-end encryption is or why it's important in AI development, you can find a link to an article on this in the video description. Once your images are uploaded, the previews of those images will appear in the Curate interface. The gliff.ai platform has three user categories. Team owners are granted full access and control. Team members cannot see or update billing information, but can create, delete, and modify projects, upload new data, annotate and label data, and access a project's audit trail. The third and final user group, collaborators, can only annotate and label images which are assigned to them. The collaborator accounts are really useful if your team has external domain experts with specific knowledge that you want to include in your dataset development. If you're a team owner, you can invite team members and collaborators by going to the Manage interface and clicking the Team button or the Collaborators button on the left-hand side, and then using the Team invite box in the bottom right-hand corner. Under Team or Collaborators within Manage, you can view the details of all your users. If you're a team owner, you may want to either manually or automatically assign images from your dataset to specific team members or collaborators to annotate. To do this, go to the Curate interface for your project. To auto-assign images, click the Auto-Assign Images button on the right-hand side. A pop-up will appear asking you which images you want to assign and how many images you want to assign per user. You can also choose to assign selected images. To select multiple images, hold either the Shift or Control button on your keyboard and then click using your mouse. When an image is selected, the image preview will have a green outline. Once you have selected the images, click the Auto Assign Images button and choose Selected instead of All in the drop-down box. If instead you would like to manually assign images, first select the desired images, click on the Select Multiple Images button, and then click the Update Assignees button. A pop-up will appear where you can select the users to be added or removed as an assignee. Click Assign when finished. Within the Curate interface, you can change the size of the image previews using the small, medium and large icons on the left-hand side. When you click on an image preview, the metadata for that image will be displayed on the left-hand side. If you want to delete an image within your project, click on the Select Multiple Images button and then the Delete Images button. Within the Curate interface, you can sort your images by metadata. To do this, click on the Sort button, select the image characteristic from the drop-down menu, select whether you want to sort by ascending or descending order, and then click Sort. You can also use the Search Category drop-down, which will allow you to select an image characteristic or label to search by. You can label individual images within the Curate interface by clicking on the flag in the left corner of an image preview. This will open the label panel. You can add a label by typing into the New Label text box and clicking the plus sign. The labels attached to a given image are shown at the bottom of the label panel and can be removed by clicking the cross sign next to a particular label. All labels that are in use can be viewed in the Annotation Labels box on the left-hand side. You can choose which images are shown by using the arrows next to the labels or the Select All Labels or Deselect All Labels button. Only images that have all of the selected labels will be shown. You can also view all of the unlabeled images. If you double-click on an image preview within Curate, the platform opens that specific image within the Annotate interface. If you need to increase the size of your image, you can zoom in by first clicking on Maximize Map in the bottom right-hand corner, and then using the viewfinder controls. When you zoom in, the portion of the image shown on the screen is indicated by the white rectangle in the viewfinder, which you can also drag to different areas of the image. To return to the original view, click Fit to Page. If you want to adjust the contrast or brightness of an image, you can use background settings in the very bottom left corner. To begin annotating, click Add New Annotation on the left-hand side first. Each time you want to add another annotation, you need to click the Add New Annotation button beforehand. To delete an annotation, use Select Annotation to select the annotation that you want to delete, and then click Clear Annotation. You can easily undo your last action with the Undo Last Action button, or use the Redo Last Action as required. Within the Annotate interface, you can annotate your images using different tools including Paintbrush, splines, or bounding boxes. If you click on the paintbrush, you can adjust the size of the paintbrush using the slider, allowing the radius of the brush to be altered within a range of 1 pixel to 40 pixels. Then you can draw anywhere on the canvas. If you have multi-slice or Z-stack style images, you can also use the 3D brush. If you have created a solid outline using the paintbrush, you can also fill the shape created using Fill Active Paintbrush. The transparency of annotations can be altered by clicking on the Annotation Transparency button. This can be a really useful tool to determine the accuracy of drawn annotations by comparing them to the image behind. By clicking on the Eraser button, You can use the brush tool to erase sections of your current annotation. You can use the slider again to choose the size of the eraser. If you want to annotate your images using a spline tool, you can choose between an ordinary spline or a lasso spline. For the ordinary spline tool, click anywhere on the image canvas to add an additional sequential node to the spline. Don't worry if you make a mistake, you can always move the nodes afterwards by using the Select Annotation button first, and then by clicking and dragging the nodes to where you want them. If you wish to turn your annotation into a closed shape, use Close Active Spline. Alternatively, the lasso spline allows you to rapidly draw a shape by clicking and dragging the cursor around a desired area. A number of spline nodes will be placed to best represent the path of your cursor. Additional clicks will place individual nodes in a similar way to the ordinary spline. By clicking Convert Spline to Paintbrush, you can convert a spline annotation into an equivalent brushstroke annotation if you wish to. Within gliff.ai, you can also annotate your images with bounding boxes. To do this, select the bounding box tool from the left-hand menu. Click to select the first corner position, then click to select the opposite corner of the bounding box. The position of any corner can be altered by clicking on the corner and dragging it to a new position. Any annotation can be labelled. Ensure the annotation is selected first, and then click Annotation Label on the left-hand side. The Annotation Labels panel will appear, in which you can type your label name into the text field and then add it to the annotation using the plus sign. You can also remove an annotation label by simply clicking the cross sign next to the label. Once you've finished annotating an image, click Save Annotations to confirm your changes. Please be aware that if you leave the Annotate interface for a particular image without saving your annotations, the annotations will not be saved. You can click on the tick sign at the top of the screen to mark annotations as complete. To move to the next image within the dataset, or the next image that has been assigned to you, you can use the arrows at the top of the screen. If you move to the next image without saving, you will lose any unsaved annotations. Within gliff.ai, you can use the audit tool to view all the changes made to your dataset. To do this, simply click on the audit icon at the top of the screen. Within the audit trail, you will be able to view the actions carried out on your dataset, including which user annotated which image, along with the date and time of their actions. You can expand the details for each change by clicking on the row within the audit trail. To return to the full audit trail, use the back arrow. You can also search for particular details in the audit trail using the search box on the left-hand side. If you have watched all of this tutorial video, you will now have seen everything you need in order for you to get started and take advantage of gliff.ai's features. If at any point you are stuck or have a query, don't hesitate to contact us directly using the contact page on our website, or via the contact provided in your support level agreement. At any time, you can access our full guidance by clicking on the document icon in the top right corner of the platform. Later in 2022, gliff.ai will be releasing new tools to expand its machine learning operations pipeline, so make sure to follow us on Twitter and LinkedIn to keep up to date. Thank you for watching gliff.ai's tutorial video, and feel free to contact us with any feedback that you have.